What is going on, everybody? This is Dylan with Dylan Talks Tone, and this is your weekly gear news update. We've got some pretty interesting stuff. Gibson, Fender getting sued. Stay tuned for all of that. Before we get started, do me a favor and hit the subscribe button and the like button. We have guitar videos. That's what we do here. Working on some pretty cool stuff for Monday. We've got a live stream on Thursday night that is a Q&A that you can hang out and be a part of. Also, I want to tell you about a couple cool things we got going at Dylan Talks Tone. You saw the video about it yesterday. So let's get into the news a little bit. First of all, let's talk about One Control and their new tuner. So this is basically, it's called their LX tuner with the BJF buffer. It's actually got the Korg pitch black circuit in it. I guess they're maybe working with them or something. It's a really good tuner. Korg pitch black is a great tuner. Goes down to 0.1 of a cent, I think. Can do all the things that a good tuner does, but they say that their buffer is better. It's a switch on the outside, which I really like, instead of having to do some kind of like press and hold thing to switch it from buffer to not buffer. The TC Electronics one that I have, you have to like do some standing on your head and tapping your toes and stuff. This is just a switch. So that's pretty cool. And apparently it's better. Apparently it plays better with different input impedances of pedals. For example, fuzzes and that sort of thing. Now, this doesn't sound very new, but apparently, like I said, they say that theirs is better. It's about $144, something like that. Earthquaker has released a special edition, basically, of their Plumes overdrive pedal. It's only going to be sold on Reverb. I think it's available there now, and you can definitely go and check it out. It's actually having to do with the Save the Music Foundation and a specific school in Akron, Ohio, the Akron Firestone Elementary School. And basically what they're doing, they're getting together with this school to try to raise like $20,000 to buy them a bunch of new instruments. So I don't know if a portion or if all or however it's working, but basically they're trying to use the sales of this pedal to raise money for that school. I dig this very much. I like the fact that they are focusing on young folks and making sure that they have instruments to play music with. So you can run over to Reverb and definitely check this out. It's cool too because the graphic, as you can see, is not the normal Plumes graphic, but that is the mascot of the school. So, and they're the Falcons. So it's actually a pretty cool graphic, and it's not expensive either. So get over to Reverb, help some kids out, and play some overdrives. Catalinbread, obviously they make fantastic pedals. They have, what is this thing called? Yeah, the Calisto. So this is like a chorus sort of thing, but the MKII version has a feedback knob on it. So it obviously looks different, it's packaged different, and it has a feedback knob. The difference between this and the previous version is that when you play with that feedback knob, you can actually bring this thing into flange territory. They say in the press release that it won't go totally flanger, but it does like go that direction and kind of like, wait a minute, is that a flanger? Is that a chorus? I can't really tell. That's the whole idea of this thing. And it's a pretty cool looking pedal too. So if you need a flanger, kind of, but if you have a chorus, but you need a flanger, you know what I mean. The idea is 2-in-1 here. Gibson has teamed up with Rex Brown, who is Pantera's bass player, to come out with his signature bass. This is a little weird to me. They've been doing this a bunch lately. We'll get into this in just a second, why I think this is weird. Little opinion part of this. But it's a really cool bass. So it's a Thunderbird, obviously. It's got Rex Buckers, which is the Rex Brown signature humbuckers that go in this thing. It's got a master tone, and it's also got a push-pull that makes it to where it's passive or active. It's black and gold. It's really cool. But the weird thing to me is Pantera's kind of not a thing anymore. They're not, they're just not around. Gibson's done this a few times, and actually this is the third week running, I think, where we've had artists that are kind of not around much anymore with these signature instruments. This thing's going to be $3,000, which is on the low end. We looked at Yusef Cat Stevens guitar, which is going to be like $10,000. We also looked at the Everly Brothers. It's just sort of weird. Let me know what you think. Will you buy a signature instrument of somebody who is, I don't want to say they're not relevant because Pantera is amazing, but you know what I mean. It's not like they're coming out with a new record tomorrow or anything, or they're not touring right now. So let me know what you think. Would you buy this bass if you are a bass player, or would you buy a guitar of a signature model of something that is kind of old news? It's a weird one. It's a weird one. I mean, I get the respect for the musician, obviously, because these are all super legendary people, which is cool. But it just seems like Schecter and all these other people are like kind of more on the cutting edge of who's out right now. So it's just a little interesting thing. Switching gears, but not really switching gears. Cesar from Gibson was on Instagram again. This was a story though, so you won't be able to see it now because it's gone because they only stick around for 24 hours. But playing the Adam Jones Epiphone. So this was already like only really a custom shop guitar that you could get for, lots of money like they normally do. But now they're making it available as an Epiphone. And apparently to those who saw it, I didn't get to see it on Instagram, but apparently to those who saw it, it was pretty cool and sounded pretty cool. This is a guitar that I think a lot of people are going to buy once it is actually available. We will let you know when it actually hits the stores. Mesa Boogie has come out with, I don't know if it's new, reworked, but it is their 220 and 440 California Tweed lineup. So these are basically 6v6s, a 20 watt version and a 40 watt version. They are very Fender-y, but a little bit more modern with effects loops and that sort of thing. So you get the vintage Fender-y California Tweed kind of sound, but with stuff that actually you need. The cool thing I like about these amps is, even though they're Mesas, they don't have very many knobs on them. Mesas can get a little control heavy. So these are just kind of sticking to the basic California Tweed kind of circuit, but some of the more modern appointments on the back. There's no digitally anything in here. It's an actual tube, like a spring reverb. So it's a real, there's no digital stuff in here, but it does work better for more modern stuff. It also has power scaling, so you'll actually be able to, flip it down half power and like 1 watt, I think, so that you'll be able to play these things at lower volumes too, which is obviously something that the original California Tweed stuff did not have. So some modern appointments, but not going too modern and staying pretty true to the California Tweed. Speaking of California, Fender is getting sued for quote-unquote price fixing. We should explain this a little bit. So in the UK, price fixing, well, I think everywhere price fixing itself is illegal. However, the definition of price fixing from one place to the other is not the same. So in the United States, I believe in Canada too, well, we have something that a lot of companies use, including myself, called map pricing. Basically, what that means is the company fixes a price that says you cannot advertise a price lower than this price. Think of somebody like Apple, who their computers are and their phones and stuff are the same price everywhere all the time. There's a lot of brands that do this. Keen shoes. There's tons of brands that say you cannot put a price lower than X or Y on the internet or in a magazine or anywhere. Now, if you go make a hey buddy, me and you are buddies deal at the music store, that's different, but it's minimum advertised pricing. In the UK, this is illegal. You cannot do this in the UK. And so they're alleging that from 2013 to 2019, Fender engaged in price fixing by using map pricing in the UK. This is the most specific I could find on this. I'm obviously not a lawyer and I'm not an expert on all this stuff, but this is kind of what I could tell was that that's illegal over there. Therefore, they are suing them. And as a result, there might be a refund coming back to people who bought guitars during this time where this was in place, because they said a bunch of people paid way too much for their guitars. So this has nothing to do with guitars being too expensive. This doesn't even have anything to do with the inflation that's happening right now. This is something that happened a long time ago with this particular law in this particular country. So if you're in the United States, chances are it will not affect you. But in the UK, I wonder if you'll get some money coming back. It's a very interesting thing, but it's, every country's different. So there you go. I don't know if you saw our video yesterday, but we are doing wide range humbucker rewinds for Mexico made and Squire made Telecasters. They come with the wide range pickups in them, or Starcasters, anything that comes with that fake wide range pickup in it. I'll leave a link to the video below so that you can hear the demo of the pickups, and it will tell you how you can order those from the website and send them in and have them rewound and make them sound amazing. That order window is only open until the end of August of 2022. So make sure that if you're going to do this, that you jump on it right away, because we only do this a couple of times a year. So it is, as somebody said in the comments yesterday, wide range season. So wide range season is open. So we are ready. The other thing too is that, I don't know if you know this or not, but if you hit the little join button down there, it's kind of like Patreon, but for YouTube. And we also have a Patreon. If you sign up for Patreon or you hit the join button on YouTube, you get 10% off of everything we make at Dylan Talks Tone. So do that first if you want. I'll give you a discount code, and then you can participate in wide range season or any of the other cool stuff that we're making here at Dylan Talks Tone right now. Even if you sign up for a month, it's $5. If you sign up for a month and you buy some pickups and you unsign up, it doesn't bother me. No big deal. No big deal at all. I just want you to know that it's there. Make sure you check out our live stream on Thursday. Make sure you check out our new video coming out on Monday. We got a bunch of stuff coming up. And yeah, man, it's pretty cool. We've got a bunch of humbuckers being made over here that are getting shipped out. Some T90s that are getting shipped out. We've got a bunch of P90s that are getting made tomorrow. We're pretty busy around here. Make sure that you get your order in so that you don't have a long wait time, because we're pretty much back to running just like normal now. So it's pretty sweet. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you in the next video.